In the spring of 1946, a small town in Texas became the hunting ground of a shadowy predator. Couples parked on quiet roads became targets of a brutal killer who struck without warning, leaving behind a trail of fear, blood, and unanswered questions. The press called him the Phantom Killer, and the case became known as the Texarkana Moonlight Murders. This is the chilling tale of a town terrorized, a phantom never caught, and the haunting mystery that endures to this day. On February 22, 1946, a young couple parked on a secluded road just outside Texarkana was attacked by a masked assailant. Jimmy Hollis and Mary Jean Larray were ambushed by a man wearing a white cloth mask, with eye holes cut out. The attacker forced them out of the car at gunpoint. He beat Jimmy severely and assaulted Mary before fleeing into the darkness. Both survived, but could only provide vague descriptions of their attacker. The police believed it to be an isolated crime, but they were wrong. Less than a month later, on March 24th, another young couple, Richard Griffin and Polly Ann Moore, was found dead in their car on a rural road. Both had been shot in the back of the head, execution style. There were no witnesses, no clear motives, and no clues left behind. The town began to panic. People stopped venturing out at night, locking their doors and arming themselves. We didn't know who to trust. It could have been a neighbor or a stranger. All we knew was that someone was watching. The killer struck again. This time, teenagers Paul Martin and Betty Jo Booker were targeted. Their bodies were discovered hours apart. Paul shot multiple times and Betty strangled and shot. Betty's saxophone, which she carried with her that night, was missing. It was later found in the woods, adding another layer of mystery to the case. Was it a trophy for the killer, or just another piece of his chilling puzzle? By now, it was clear. The Phantom targeted young couples in secluded areas. The attacks always happened on weekends under the cover of darkness. The media coined the term Moonlight Murders, and the killer's moniker. The Phantom deepened the fear gripping Texarkana. Texarkana turned into a town under siege. Residents avoided going out at night, and businesses closed early. Some people even moved away, unable to live with the constant fear of the Phantom Killer lurking in the shadows. The paranoia was so intense that it became the basis for a cult film years later. But for the residents of Texarkana, this was no Hollywood horror. It was their reality. The Phantom's last known victims were Virgil and Katie Starks, a middle-aged couple who lived on a farm outside Texarkana. Unlike previous attacks, this crime occurred in their own home. Virgil was shot twice through a window while listening to the radio. Katie, wounded in the face, managed to escape and ran to a neighbor's house for help. She survived, but the Phantom disappeared once again, leaving no trace. Despite increased patrols and the involvement of the Texas Rangers, the Phantom Killer was never caught. Was he a drifter who moved on, or a local who simply stopped killing? Over the years, many theories have surfaced. Some believe the Phantom was a war veteran, suffering from PTSD, capable of calculated violence. Others suspect a local with deep knowledge of the town's layout. Ewell Swinney, a petty criminal, became a prime suspect after his wife implicated him. But without solid evidence, he was never charged for the murders. Could Swinney have been the Phantom? Or was he just a convenient scapegoat? Some theorists even claim the Phantom wasn't a single person, but a series of copycat killers. The truth remains as elusive as the Phantom himself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more true crime stories.